Real Estate Reality. It's a brand new channel from Market Secrets to talk about real estate. So, why did we create this channel? Real estate is a complex investment in India. In the Western countries, if you have the title deed, property is yours. No one can dispute. Once you have the title deed, you can just trade it like you trade on any stocks. So selling and buying lands is very simple. But in India, real estate market is not that mature, and due to a lot of unresolved issues, complexity of real estate investment is very high. I'm not talking about simple issues like family disputes or even frauds and double registrations. There are a lot of other issues that you should learn about. People look at Pata and EC for the last 25 or 50 years when they are buying a property, and they just go ahead and buy the land if EC and Pata looks good for the last 50 or maximum 60 years. But there are issues which dates back to hundreds of years which will come up once they buy the land. I'm talking about the issues like DC land issue or Panjamil land issue, which dates back to 1890s, not 1990, it's 1890s. And also Inam land issue, which dates back to 1912. You might think I'm trying to scare you or, I'm talking about some irrelevant stuff, but the reality is, if you look at the recent High Court judgments, you will know what I'm talking about is very true. You might have bought an agri land or a plot to build your own house, or you might even bought a flat on an apartment from a very reputed builder. You might be holding it for 20 plus years, or your family might be holding it for hundreds of years, and it might have been passed down as an inheritance. But it all doesn't matter if it is a DC land or Inam land. Government will come for you. I'm not saying they are right. I mean, government is right, but they will. Because earlier the land was the only source of the tax. I mean, most of the tax. I mean, from 1947 to 1990s, government was running on tax revenue from the agriculture lands. So that was the major source of income for the government. So what the government did was they distributed the lands. I mean, as much as they can. They brought in a lot of reforms on the land, which put a ceiling on the amount of land a person can hold, and they took the extra lands and they distributed it to a lot of people. So government, what they are doing, they just distributed the lands till 1990s. But after 1990s, government opened the economy for the FDI. So the real estate market shot up. So now the government wants to take these lands back. So they want to take as much lands as possible, and they want to now give it to the industries and corporates. So that's why these issues are coming up, because our laws have a lot of holes, and now the government is trying to exploit those loopholes to claim the lands which itself are distributed to the people in the past. So this issue I'm talking about, it is about the Inam lands and the land ceiling related issues. So these are one set of issues that is cropping up everywhere now. So that is one set of issue. Likewise, there are issues like DC land issue. Okay, so this issue, like I mentioned earlier, dates back to 1890s, and you might have bought the land 20-30 years back and you might be holding it, or like I mentioned, your family might have brought it in 1910s, so which is 110 years back. But if this land is an DC land, government will snatch it anytime. If you are not from a scheduled tribe or scheduled caste, and if you are holding a DC land, government can snatch it from you anytime. So this is all due to the recent verdicts on the DC land issues. So there are a lot of other issues like this in the real estate which dates back to hundreds of years. So you might be holding a land, but you might never know that this is actually a DC land. So that's the issue, because people don't know about their own lands. If you own a piece of land, whether it's 3 cents, 4 cents, or 1 acre, 2 acre, it doesn't matter. If you are planning to buy a piece of land, or if you're already holding a piece of land, you need to know everything about it. By everything, I mean everything from 1865. You hear me right. 1865. So almost 160 years of history you need to know about the land, and it's not just the registration history. You need to know about the revenue history as well. I mean, you might go to the registration department and you might get the easy and which is an encumbrance certificate, and the sale deed and all other type of registration that was done on the land. But that's not enough. You have to go to the revenue department as well and also get the revenue history from them for the last 160 years. Only then you'll be able to understand about your land. So understanding your land, understanding the history of your land is extremely important if you want to save your property from all these hassles. But a lot of people, I mean, almost again 99% of the people, they don't even know how to read a sales deed, or how to read an EC. I mean, I'm not just talking about uneducated people. Even the people who are educated, who are in a prime field like an engineer or a doctor, right? So even they struggle to read the documents, especially if it's an old document, and also they don't understand the contents of the document. So those are the major issues. The first step in knowing about your land is to learn to read the documents, the property documents. So that's the first step, and then you need to go back in time for the last 160 years and pull every single piece of document about your land. That's the intention behind this channel. We will teach you everything you need to know about your lands, and everything in the sense everything from 1865, because the registration department has started in 1865, so you'll get registration records only from 1865, but revenue records you might still get a bit older revenue records, but you still have to get all those documents from the government as soon as possible, so that you will know as much as you can about the land. And if these issues comes up in the future, you will be in a position to defend yourself, or put up the right fight. I mean, once the government steps in, if once they want to claim those lands, once they step in, if you go out and try to learn about these lands, it's going to be extremely costly. Everywhere you go, people will charge you immensely. But if you start now, and if you slowly try to get everything you need, in a few thousand rupees you might be able to get every single piece of documentation about your lands. So that's the intention behind this channel, to teach you everything you need to know about your lands. So what else you can expect from this channel? Well, like I mentioned, everything you need to learn about the real estate, you can learn from here, whether it's Pata, Chitta, Adangal, Tirvai, EC, valuation, RSR, OSR, SLR, SR, RSLR, the tax receipts, everything. So what are these documents? I mean, I listed so much, right? So what are these documents, where to get it, and how to get it, and how to read those documents. And we'll also provide you with samples of each of these documents, so that you will understand what we are talking about, and also the significance of these documents. If you have a piece of land, I would suggest you have all of these documentation for your lands. Don't just say that I have the title deed from the previous seller. That's not enough. That's definitely not enough. That's like inviting trouble. You need to go back 160 years and get those documentation done. Okay, so start collecting the documents. That's what I would say. Also, we'll talk about the land issues, which is like Inam issue, Panchami land issue, or DC land issue, and Oppadai land issues, Bhumidan land issue, the issues due to the ceilings, double documentation, and all those stuffs. Right? We'll talk about every single issue related to real estate investment. Okay, so we'll also be talking about all of that in this particular channel. So we have started this channel due to the demands and request from our subscribers. So there were a lot of requests to teach real estate. So that's why we went ahead with a separate channel, and we'll have two channels on this topic. One will be in English and another one will be in Tamil. And everything I am talking about, it will be from Tamil Nadu state perspective, but it it's applicable for almost the whole country as well. And there are also other variations here and there, right? I mean, some parts of the country were ruled by British as well, sorry, French as well, and some by Portuguese as well. So the land laws in these areas are slightly different. I mean, it's not completely different, but slightly different. So you will have to do your own research as well if you are from a different state or something. So also, you need to understand more about the real estate investment. I mean, people just think, if you have an issue, you just have to run to court. It's not just like that. You have in addition to the regular courts, that is, the sub court or the district court, high court, and Supreme Court. So that's the regular court. But if you have issues in Patta Archita, right? So in that case, you have to go to the revenue courts. People don't even know about the revenue courts. So there are revenue courts that's available in every district. So if you have issues in Patachita or anything like that, right, you have to go to those courts. So people don't even know where to file which case. If you go and file a Pata related dispute in the regular court, you might just be wasting time. This has to be done in the revenue court, which is in your collectorate, in your sub collector office, and also in your taluk office. So they have their own courts as well, and they have the judicial powers to inquire on these issues and pass a verdict. So those are the things that nobody knows, and that's what we are going to be talking about as well. So these are the things that you can expect from this channel. And in addition to that, we'll be providing consulting sessions on real estate. Okay. So if you have any immediate issue, pressing issue, and if you need any assistance or help, right? So we'll be happy to help you on that. So it'll be charged on a hourly basis. So you can ask for as many sessions you want. So the details of the consulting sessions are available in our website. So if you have any immediate pressing issue, then you can reach us and ask for a paid consulting session. So that is also available from now on. And with that, I'm closing this introductory video. Hope you will find this channel and this content useful. Also, I request you to click the like, subscribe, and bell buttons so that this video will reach as many people as possible. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Goodbye.